I'll continue. Myself, Vimal Jones. I'm from Armor Technologies. I'm the founder and CEO of this company, and we develop mobile applications, uh, and we operate in this digital space, especially. So I am here to present on one topic which is called preparing for digital India, right? So the first question that comes to my mind is like, for everybody, we'll have the same thing in mind, like, should I really prepare? Is it going to help me? What is the benefit of it? All these things starts coming to our mind actually. So we are going to go step by step and see like, does it really make sense to like move ourselves to digital India, or like, should we ride the wave or not? Right? So 2 days back, this person is the new CEO and MD of like Infosys. Couple of days back, he's coming and he's announcing that Infosys is betting big on digital India, digital wave, right? So why? And a day before that, CTS, another very large corporate company in India, they are also betting big on digital India. And these are the sources from like Economic Times and CNBC. This news is like heard by us. And couple of like, something interesting happened. So new government started, and then they started putting the roadmap for the digital India. They allocated some budget. Okay, that was really big. It was like definitely a huge budget. It was 1 followed by 12 zeros, right? So what is 12 zeros? 1 followed by 12 zeros. 1 lakh? Exactly. So it is 1 lakh crore budget which was like allocated for digital India, and they have come with a very large scheme and created something like 9 pillars where they want to enhance the broadband to reach every India. So it is. I think it is a fight between Muruganandam sir and Digital India campaign, who will reach the village first actually. So Digital India campaign is like trying to reach every village by 2019. So that's the plan where like every part of India will have very good connectivity in terms of like broadband, and also there will be like a very rich mobile connectivity in place. Okay, so what does this mean to us actually? So will it really help actually? So definitely, looking back at history, rivers have helped civilization in a lot of places, and then road transportation, rail transportation, whenever it came, all those places around those things got boomed. And India clearly understands this aspect, and laying down a clear infrastructure on the digital space is going to be a boom for all of us, definitely. So it's going to like take a lot of new things to different areas in India where it was never reached, like a remote banking, or for example a BPO center in say a small town in Tiruvannamalai. It is possible. It is possible. So we can compete with if you have good talents. Talents might be the only differentiator. So if you have that same talents here, sitting and putting an office in like say Sivagasi or like Tiruvannamalai, and we can definitely compete with the same level of infrastructure at Silicon Valley, right? So which is supposed to be the hub of like technology and everything is happening there. Actually, the most happening place in technology is Silicon Valley, right? So we know that. So digital infrastructure, we expect definitely it is going to create the same level of civilization and culture, and a lot of like expansion can be possible when it reaches all those minute points. So the next question comes, okay, the infrastructure is there, and I am very successful in what I am doing now actually. So everybody will have the question that, should I transform my physical enterprise to a digital enterprise or not? So that question comes to our mind. So I want to show you a small video of one very small company in Tanjore, how they utilized digital bandwagon, and then they were able to create an impact. All right. So coming back, like we saw how an artist was like made into a businessman. It is possible. So it is definitely a tool that we have to like use and effectively like how we can like generate business out of it. The infrastructure is in place. The tools are there in place. Are we ready to use it and then generate more revenue is the question. So what should I do? The next question comes like, okay, I agree that, okay, digital India is good. Digital infrastructure is going to be there in place. It's already there in place to a certain extent. And people are making money out of it. What should I do? It is very simple actually. So it is not like we need to like go and sit in like a room for like 20 days and discuss a lot of aspects. So it is going to be very simple. I'm going to put it in very three simple straightforward steps. Create your presence. Okay, it is like opening a shop, right? So you have to first create a presence. Next, you are going to create traffic. Okay, it is nothing but like you market, you shout, advertise, and make people to come to your stores. Third, you analyze and optimize. Only three things, three basic things. There is nothing more than this. So if we are able to do each one of these steps dedicatedly, we'll be definitely able to make a large presence and then maybe expand our revenue for each of our businesses actually. So will it be beneficial? So next question, like will it be beneficial? Is somebody like really benefited out of it? We saw one example of like the artist becoming businessman. To show you one more example of Redbus, who changed the model of the ticketing system, where like it was normally happening with like a lot of small travel agents at Gandhipuram and Ramnagar or whatever actually, and then it's something like this in the same all the cities actually. So they changed the entire model to the completely into the ticketing system on and they made a lot of revenue out of it. So I just want to share the small story like Redbus as well for us to understand.
India is one of the fastest growing economies in the world. Every day about 25 million people travel from one city to another. A lot of those customers actually need a last minute travel options, and for that bus is one of the most economical and flexible options for travel.
Bus travel is also one of the most unorganized industry with thousands of operators, varying standards of services, prices and promises, which makes it highly unpredictable for a customer.
And we decided to put an order into this otherwise unorganized bus ticketing business by making it as easy and convenient as flight booking is. And actually went beyond that by building an Android app which stays with you throughout your journey.
As a bus traveler today in the country, there are two problems that come to my mind. One is which is the bus that is most suitable for my needs, and how would my bus journey experience be? There are over 1,000 operators running over 10,000 buses in the country. Finding a bus with a confirmed seat is a challenging task. Finding a bus is not enough. You need a bus of good quality.
Second problem, and also the hardest one to solve, is that of journey experience, and which is where Android plays a key role. Once you book a ticket, your boarding point and bus is on the map with real-time location updates.
We launched our app 2 months back. Our bookings on mobile have tripled since. More than 70% of travel happens last minute. And with this app, we are able to tap into bookings on the go.
Basically, we have created a trusted travel companion for your next bus journey.
So this is a story of a digital company, but they start themselves on the digital market with a web presence, and then recently they moved into the mobile app space, and then they were able to triple the sales. That's what is what we like projected here. Yes. So we know that a lot of other large players who already making large numbers in this space, like Flipkart, is taking like major like lot of people like now order mobile phones and mobile cases normally in like Flipkarts and buses. Redbus is used for booking. Zomato for like people are using for restaurant reviews and restaurant bookings. IRCTC is, we know that it's a major online presence, and it's a major booster for all of us, and it has made our travel simple actually. So by bringing in all these concepts. So I'm going to give some more numbers before I close. So Flipkart has more than like 6,000 crores of revenue annually. It is generating through its digital presence. And IRCTC, we know that we have like 3.5 crores of registered users and 2.7 crore of users actively using and buying tickets. So that's the level of level we have already reached in the digital India market actually. So people are like comfortable now in going to web and then searching for some things, putting the credit card and making a transaction. To that level of trust has already been established, and Redbus has sold more than 3 crore tickets online, which on a normal shop, if you're going to put an agency in some locations, or even you put in 20 cities the same agencies physically, it is going to take time to achieve this 3 crore sales of tickets on it actually. And Quicker, we know Quicker and OLX, all these companies are valued more than 1,000 crores by now, right? And I started with a simple question like, should I prepare? And again, I'm ending my note with the same question like, should I prepare and ride this wave? The answer is with you, and you take your decision to make it really good for you. And these are some of the references that I have used. And thank you, best wishes. Thank you, SMB, for the opportunity.